newsletter template training, and the new options show up under mailings. Mine, I have to fix mine. Mine look a little different than yours. Should be new mailing classic, new mailing enhanced, message templates classic, and message templates enhanced. So if you want to use your old message templates in a mass mail, you would just use your new mailing classic. And if you want to see all of your old message templates, you would just click on Message Templates Classic, and they'll all still be there. So if you want to send out a mailing with the new fancy templates, then you would click on New Mailing Enhanced. And if you want to set up your template in advance, you would go to Message Templates Enhanced. So if I go to, let's say, New Mailing Enhanced, I can give my mailing a name, just like I used to. And I can find my groups, just like I used to, and give it a subject. And then instead of having that list of regular templates, you'll have a list of templates that you've created, or there'll always be one that's just a standard one called VersaFix. That would be empty. So you'll be able to just create on the fly a new one, or you could choose one that you've already set up previously. So I'm going to click on the weekly newsletter that I set up. And so you can see I created this with a bunch of blocks that are available over here on the side. And so it's really easy. All you do is drag and drop it. So if I click add here, it'll just add it right to the bottom. And if I don't like where it is, I can just click this little arrow here and I can move it up. And then if I want to add an image there, I could just take one from my desktop, slide it on in, and then it'll show up there. So pretty simple. And then there are different, obviously you have different choices of just a picture and text and a button, a big picture, text, and a button. This one's off to the side. This one's a title. So in this example, I used, up here, I just used the image block. Here, I used the title block. Here, I just used a big image block. Then I put in the text block, and I put in a button block. And I just used another text block here. And then this one's a divider. You can see here, this is the divider block. And then this one down here is the footer block. So I added this footer block that's down here at the bottom. Now you can see the footer block over here is black, but mine is white. So if I click on my block, you can see here, if I click over here on file, I can decide what color my block is, and I can decide, so right, I've changed the background color to FFFFFF, which is white, and then it all turned white. So once you have, you can have a code number, or you can switch, you could click on that and just pick a color. Or you could, if you know, like, let's say you have the code numbers for your website colors, you could make it match that. And you can do the same with the font and your hyperlinks as well. And you can do that obviously in any of the blocks with text, and also with regard to the background. So if I click on this block, same thing, you'll see I get all these different options of changing the colors, including the button. And you've got an editor here that allows you to do your normal editor things, formatting, tokens, hyperlinks, paste from as plain text. Any questions so far?
Nope, that's pretty
I
straightforward.
don't think so. Can you change the divider color and style?
If I go to the divider, did I click the right one? Yeah, and I click on style. I don't, that's a really good question. Let's try changing it. I don't know. Maybe you
Okay.
can't.
Are there any gradients of color or textures that you can change things to, like the background?
I mean, you just have a choice of a color, not
Okay.
right like that.
Yeah.
You don't. I don't have a module that would have like a background like this Hosemayak thing with like a different background. You mean? I don't have that. I mean, you could upload it. Nah, I don't know that you can. Probably not.
For me anyway. Okay.
Yeah, or you could see I can have different colors, the background, this part, so you can mix it. It does not look like you can change the color of the
Okay.
of the separator. Sorry.
Sure. That's okay.
And then down at the bottom, you need to. I don't know if any of you looked at the documentation that we had, but what you need to do in the bottom here is to put your opt-out URL. I'll show you the method that you need to use in order to do that. And it's in our documentation, and there's a link on your dashboard. At the bottom of the documentation, it says important details for initial setup. So I'm going to take this action unsubscribe link, and we'll go back over here because it's not added. So the way that I added it is I put unsubscribe there. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to click on the hyperlink, and I'm going to put that token here, and then I'll click OK. And then that way, that will be in your. I'll do the same for this. Opt out.
What's the difference between opt out and unsubscribe?
So that's a good question. So when you send out a mass mail, you're going to be sending it to a group, right? So when somebody clicks unsubscribe, that means that they'll be taken out of that particular group.
Okay.
So it's basically like they're unsubscribing from that email list. If they click opt out, that means that they will be removed from all mass mail from your system, so they won't receive anything.
Okay, is there any way to indicate that? Because I never knew that. I thought if I unsubscribe, I'm unsubscribing from the, the general email. Can you?
Oh, okay. What do you mean? Is there a way to indicate that?
I guess.
Where?
Well, I guess after the words opt out, you can put in parentheses.
Oh yeah, sure, exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. So you could certainly put the description of what that actually means next to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, so you're saying that that's the unsubscribe and opt out links are not automatically there. We have to insert them.
Right.
Okay, and I'm unclear about how you got to that documentation page. I don't think I've ever used that, and it's hard for me to see. The text is very small. I don't know how I can.
I'm not sure. I'm on a giant screen.
Oh, okay. I'm not.
I made it a little bigger. I don't know if that
Okay.
helps.
Okay.
Or you. So when you go into your JManage, right on your dashboard,
Okay.
you'll see it says introducing our new newsletters.
Okay.
You see that?
Well, I'm not on it right now, but I'll check when we're done.
Okay, and then below it is a bar, and it says support.
Uh-huh.
And all you have to do is click on the word support, and it takes you to the support portal.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So we looked at how you can change the colors in the different regions, and then and then in the blocks you saw how to pull the blocks over. So over here, you can where it says test, you can see you could send yourself a test of the email, and you can also send a test to a group of people. Just like you did in the plain templates.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if I click close here, so I've got my design that I just did, and I'm back to my email, and I can then either send it immediately, or I can send it on a particular date and time.
Okay, so this was my question. When you go back to this point, the email that you made doesn't show. The new message that you created doesn't show. It just shows the template.
It's there.
A good way to start the conversation. And if you have any questions.
It doesn't show here. It's not going to show here. It'll only show the title.
Okay. So, right. I was concerned about that if I sent it out, that's what people would get, but they'll get what I saw in my test, correct?
I would need your
Right.
email.
Okay.
Here an envelope now.
Okay.
There's a little button over here that says advanced, which allows you to attach, send attachments with it as well. And this button allows it to be, if you make it public pages, if you happen to be having a block on your website that's showing your newsletters, that allows it to post to the block on your website. And then tracking click-throughs it opens.
Okay, and the attachments, do they need to be PDFs or JPEGs, or what's the best?
That's with a Y.
You can attach whatever you want. You just need to be cognizant of what people can open. Right? It's more a matter of what,
And the zip.
so that the people can easily open it and see it.
Uh-huh.
And,
okay, and the other feature you said that it can do is, I forgot the second one you said. It can do attachments and something else.
Oh, it's click-throughs and opens, but is here. And then publication, if you need to publish it to your website.
That's right, can publish to the website. Okay.
You have to, your old newsletter could do that too. You just have to have that block enabled on your site.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we don't have our site set up yet, so.
Okay, so yeah. So that's how you would do it, right? If you just came here and you made a new newsletter from scratch. If you want to just go set one up and save it for later, you would go to mailings, message templates, enhance.
Yeah.
And then this is the base one that you start from. And then all the ones that every time you save them, they're saved here. I understand what you mean. Unfortunately, the way that the module works, it doesn't show a thumbnail of the actual newsletter. So you have to go by whatever name you gave it.
Yeah.
And
Do you
so
think it
then-
ever will? Do you think that that'll be improved?
I don't know. It was an enhancement to the underlying software, Civi CRM, and it was done by a developer, an agency in England.
I see.
So I can certainly give the feedback. They have a board where I can go and tell them what people think of it.
Yeah.
So I can ask them, tell them that would be a great improvement.
If you would.
I don't know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not something that JVillage would be doing.
Right. I understand.
So make sure that you name them so that you know what they are, right?
Yeah.
Without having to actually look at it. And then of course you can copy them, you can delete them, and you can go back and re-edit something that you already set up. And when you put them together here to use for later, you just click save up in the corner.
Okay. And are they're organized by date typically? Because I would imagine it after time, it won't take long before we have pages and pages of them. Or I guess you can just search on the title, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I actually don't. It looks like they're alphabetical.
Okay.
You can tell. It's not by date. It's alphabetical.
Okay. That's easier.
Yeah. So that's how you can find them more easily. And then you can also still go to drafted unscheduled like you used to. So if you started one like I just did, High Holiday Highlights, but I didn't schedule it or send it, it would still be here and you could click continue.
Uh-huh.
And so all the other features are the same. You can still click on scheduled and sent mailings, and that will still show whether you sent it on a traditional template or an enhanced template. It'll still show it here. And you still are able to click on report to get your click-throughs and opens and things like that.
Can we view a sent mail? Like right now you can only click to reuse it, but is it possible to view what was sent?
No, it isn't. You can only copy it.
Okay.
It can if, I believe if you go to somebody's record that receives it and you click on their activities tab, this is a good example.
I do know what you're talking about. Maybe
I believe that you're able to see it from. So if I go to Alexander's activities tab and I find my, what I sent him.
Okay.
Shelby, with what frequency would you say that you guys open?
What about looking on your own activities tab to see what you sent?
Very rare. In here.
In here.
Hold on one sec. I'm trying to confirm if that's.
Okay.
Absolutely,
Actually,
yeah.
I think 8,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one like handy.
Mhm.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I also wish it was in the same place. You know, that you could
Yeah,
just like
I
click
know. I agree with you. I've tried to look at them myself in the same way, and
Okay.
and I know what you mean. I've done this in the past where I just went to well, I don't have it here, but I think that's the best option is to go to the activities tab or your own record activities tab if you sent it out and you sent yourself a test, and then you should be able to see it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, can you forward it to somebody who is not in the database?
No,
No.
only if you send yourself the test and forward it from your own email.
Okay. Right, otherwise, yeah, I understand.
Otherwise, it doesn't. Yeah, the email has to be in the system.
Right.
The only way, the only way I can think of that you could be able to do that is if I go back to one of these templates. No, I need to go to. Let me go back to my draft mailing, and I go to continue for my high holiday newsletter, and then I go back to my design. Then up here where it says test, I can send a test email. I could put a different email address in there,
Right.
We're working on
but
that.
it won't. It will show, more as it'll show as a test.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your call. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Any other questions?
I think that's it.
I have another question about the unsubscribe opt-out function.
Sure.
So if someone opts out, does that mean we can no longer send them anything from JManage?
Right. So if they opt out, what will happen is it will automatically populate in their contact record under if you click on edit and you scroll down to communications.
Mm-hmm.
There.
So then it won't just be for mass mailings. It'll be we can't email them at all, right?
So no, it'll be no bulk emails. It's
Okay,
just
great.
mass mail. You see here it says no bulk emails, user opt out. So if
Yeah.
they opt out, that'll get clicked.
So
So
if they
you can send them individual. Right. If they unsubscribe, that means they'll be taken out of the group. So then, like, let's say there's a newsletter for parents of children in the religious school. If they unsubscribe from that newsletter, they're going to be taken out of that group.
So it's not.
So that's why sometimes
in that group that like their name gets removed from the group.
Exactly. So sometimes people will. I've seen clients who have made two groups: one religious school parents and one religious school parents newsletter.
Okay.
That way, if they unsubscribe from the newsletter group, they're still in the religious school parents group.
Got it.
All right. Any other questions?
I think that's it. I imagine I'll have some questions as I start using it, but right now,
That's
you answered my main
That's
question.
exactly. So if you do, feel free to open a support ticket, or I do have weekly open office hours, and you can sign up for those as well. Because as you use it, I'm sure that more questions will arise too.
Thank you. And tell me your name again?
All right. Dina.
Dina. Okay. Thank you so much, Dina.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.